Welcome to PhyzQuest. This video is about the solution for CSIR NET December 2019 Part A, question number 4. So question number 4 is, which of the following 7-digit numbers cannot be a perfect square? So the numbers are given as A is equal to 45xyz26, B is equal to 2xyz 175, C is equal to XYZ 3310. 4 options are given and we have to choose. So this question is actually based on perfect square. Now here these are the 3 numbers. So in order to understand which of them is a perfect square, the question is here we have to find out which of them is a perfect square. So we have to understand certain rules about perfect square. Now if you look at all the 3 numbers, here in between some digits are missing. We don't know what are those digits. Now how do you know if there are certain digits are missing? So how we need to find out that it's a perfect square or not? The thing is, there are certain rules which we have to follow, and in all the 3 numbers the unit digit and the 10th digits are present. If you look at it here, the 10th and the unit digit, here also 10th and unit digit, and here also 10th and unit digits are present. So our purpose is we have to understand the rules of perfect square based on the unit digit and the 10th digit to find out whether that given number is a perfect square or not, even if we don't know the rest of the digits. So there are certain rules. So the properties are, first we will discuss about what are the properties for a certain number to be a perfect square, and the properties are based on the unit digits. So for the unit digit, the first rule is the unit digit of a perfect square is always 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 and 9. It cannot be other than these digits. Okay, so this is the first rule. And the second rule is the unit digit of a perfect square can never be 2, 3, 7 or 8. These are the 2 rules you have to remember. So I think this is very simple. So just look for if any number having a digit the unit digit or the last digit is either ending with 2, 3 or 7 and 8, it cannot be a perfect square. So you can discard them right away, that it cannot be a perfect square. So now suppose certain numbers have unit digit from either ending with the digit 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9. So there is a probability that it can be a perfect square. It's not a confirmatory test. Okay. Now next step you have to know what is the 10th digit. So the properties for 10th digit is, now here the 10th digit properties is valid only when the unit digits are either 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9, any of them. Okay. So first rule is, if the unit digit of a perfect square is 0, the 10th digit will always be 0. Why? See, if you remember, suppose you consider the square of number 10. 10 square is 100. 20 square is 400. 40 square is 1600. In all the numbers, here what happen is the numbers, the square of these numbers always have even number of zeros. Okay. So whenever the unit digit of a perfect square is 0, the 10th digit will always be 0. Or you can say that there should be even number of zeros. If there are odd number of 0, it cannot be a perfect square, even if the unit digit is ending with 0. Okay, that is the first rule for the 10th digit. Next rule is, if the unit digit of a perfect square is 5. Suppose the number is ending with 5. So the 10th digit will always be 2. It cannot be other than that. Now, suppose for example, consider the square of 5. What is the square of 5? It is 25. So the 10th digit here is 2. Similarly for 25. So square of 25 is 625. Again, the 10th digit is 2. Similarly, square of 15. Square of 15 is 225. Again, the 10th digit is 2. So in every case, if the unit digit of a perfect square is 5, the 10th digit will always be 2. So this is rule number 2. Then rule number 3 is, see here we have considered the unit digit for 0 and the 5. We are left with 4 more digits here. Now, rule number 3 is, if unit digit of a perfect square is 6, then the 10th digit will always be odd. So this is rule number 3. Now the last rule is, if the unit digit of a perfect square is either 1, 4 or 9, then the 10th digit will always be even. This is the last rule. So these are the few rules for unit digit and the 10th digit, using which we have to find out whether these 3 numbers which are given in the question are perfect square or not. So let's test each of the numbers. So the numbers are given here, so we will consider one by one. Let's consider the number C, that is XYZ3310. So according to the unit digit rule, so it has the unit digit is 0, but the 10th digit is 1. So according to the rule, if the unit digit is 0, the 10th digit should always be 0. There should be even number of zeros. So that means it is not satisfying the criteria of a perfect square. So this is not a perfect square. Next, consider the number B. So here the number is ending with 5. So unit digit is 5. Now remember the 10th digit rule. If the unit digit is 5, the 10th digit should always be 2. But here the 10th digit is 7. So 7 means it is violating the rule for a perfect square. So it is also not a perfect square. Rest is, last we are given with number A. So here the unit digit is 6. Now according to the rule, if the unit digit is 6, the 10th digit should always be odd. But here the 10th digit is 2, that is even. So 10th digit is even means, again, it is not a perfect square. So we have analyzed the 3 given numbers by using the rules for a perfect square and found out that none of them is a perfect square. Now let's go ahead with the options here. So the question is, actually we need to find out which of the following numbers cannot be a perfect square. So that means none of them are perfect square. So option here, the answer here will be all 3 of them cannot be a perfect square. So correct answer is option D. Thank you.